How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Master Beer Reviews. Back to another review. A little bit of Chicagoland beerness on today's Master Beer Review in the form of Solid Oath Brewing's Butterfly Flashmob. Yeah. This beer, never had it before. Never had anything from Solemn before. Heard of them. I don't think I've had anything from them. Shares or otherwise. I don't remember. I'm horrible at keeping track of beers. But I was lucky enough to get a couple of their beers from Jordan. Thank you very much, Jordan. He actually sent me off a box of beers. This came in, was it 2 days ago? And, yeah. Let's do this. As far as what it says on the can, it says Belgian style India Pale Ale. That's pretty cool. Butterfly Flashmob. Solemn Brewing. They are out of Naperville, Illinois. 1 pint, 7.25% alcohol by volume. And that'd be that. It was canned 9 days ago. And that'd be that. Label-wise, it's cool. It is, I said this in an actual unboxing when I did the unboxing. It's just a bunch of butterflies. But it's definitely kind of influenced heavily from the tattoo art world. For those who don't know, I don't do it anymore. Actually, went through a weird kind of midlife crisis, and I worked 18 years in a tattoo shop. I didn't tattoo. I did body modification, scarification, implants, stuff like that. But yeah, this is definitely heavily tattooed influence. This is kind of your new school kind of hipster, kind of stippled gray pattern that kind of fades into your kind of old school kind of tattoo butterflies. And their other can was very much like that, so curious to see where they get that influence from. But yeah, I actually dig the can. So here we go. Crack this open, see what she's got. Now, you're talking about a Belgian style India Pale Ale. You don't see that a ton from breweries in the States. People kind of drop them here and there. There's some that do it, in my area. Kane does it, Russian Duck does it. But it's not something you see a ton of. I know out that way, Chicago way, I believe. I know Pipes Works does one. I'm sure a lot of breweries do them, but you don't see them a ton. So I'm super excited to give it a whirl because, you're talking about, probably an American-influenced hop varietal, I would assume, or these new school kind of hop varietals, kind of a little bit of Belgian yeastiness remains to be seen. Now, when you look at this, clarity is insane. You know what I mean? You're talking about microfine glass style clarity here. Not necessarily what you expect from a Belgian style beer. Ended up with 2 fingers of semi-creamy, but now super rocky kind of head that's kind of crashing down on top of itself. You can see pretty deep into the beer itself. So yeah, it definitely doesn't look much like a Belgian style pale ale or a Belgian style IPA. These almost exclusively come off, kind of old school hazy. Not necessarily that trying to do the new school haze craze, but they're not filtering beers over there. They tend to come with a bit of haziness to them. But this, is, God, man, it is clear. You could kill so many ants with that thing if you had the sun. But it's dark out, so no ants will be hurt in the process of the video. Weird. Anyway, but color-wise, it kind of has this kind of champagne-y, apple, juicy kind of vibe to it, color-wise. So, does she look like a Belgian-style pale ale? Not really. Does that matter? Not really. As long as it tastes nice and it has that going on. If it tastes awesome, it doesn't taste like a Belgian pale ale, I'm still going to be cool with it. Just kind of bummer that when you say stuff in the label, it doesn't come off that way. Let's figure it out. What's the nose have? Well, it definitely has Belgian yeast influences in there. You're getting a bit of banana. You're getting a bit of kind of spicy white pepper coriander vibes. Coming off way more Saison-y than anything else. Not much hop presence there. I'm not getting a ton, if any, kind of hoppiness. Just a nice spiciness to it. A little bit of sweet maltiness, generic kind of sweet maltiness. That's pretty much it. So yeah, if you gave this to me blind and told me to sniff it and said, "What is this?" I would go, "It's a Saison." At least I hope it would. That's it. That's all there is. So, definitely got the Belgian stuff kind of on lock. Let's see what she's got. Cheers. That's a weird one. Yeah, it's a really weird beer mentally. Because I go into it reading it, And go Belgian style pale ale. Port, don't get the look of that. And this is where your eyes can deceive you sometimes. Like, okay, it's probably just going to be a sweeter, kind of hop-forward beer. And then you give it a whiff, and you're like, okay, I'm really not getting much hops here. I'm getting a big kind of spicy component to it. And you kind of get the taste going, and you get not much sweetness. You definitely get that spiciness. The yeast is driving the day here. We get the hops, but they're slightly herbally, slightly spicy, but that's pretty much it. But that yeast is coming off so much more like Belgian Saison than Belgian Pale Ale. That makes me want to lean that way. It makes me want to go with just a kind of fresher hopped Belgian style Saison. We're all just kind of skirting on the edges of things. What do we have going on here? We have a definitely Belgian yeast influenced beer that tickles my heartstrings. I dig it. That's one of my favorite styles of beer, to get that kind of spiciness in there and to get that bitten pieces of that Belgian-esque soul that I talk about so often. It's fun for me. The hops are very utilitarian. There's not much going on as far as like showy hops in there. It's just kind of, a little bit spicier, a little bit herbally, more herbal than you would get from more of a Belgian pale ale. It's kind of just, a bit more aggressive hopped wise. The body is, that's where it kind of is not a pale ale and it's not a Saison. It comes off, I'm having a hard time placing it, like a Belgian Golden, kind of like bumped up ABV. Kind of sweet, but non-descriptive sweet. More like a Belgian Golden Ale, kind of in the line of your kind of Beelzebub-y, kind of Henniker, Lucifer kind of thing. Like kind of like your kind of Belgian Golden Ale kind of vibe to it. So it's unique. Is it a Belgian Indian Pale Ale? Or style? I know I say that. Some people freak out if I don't say style. I don't know. I don't think so. Is it Belgian influence? Yes. Is it a pale ale? Is it hop forward? It's just a weird kind of amalgamation of a bunch of different beers. Now, is that a good or a bad thing? I think it's a good thing. It works for me. I actually do dig it. If you wrote on here a aggressively hopped Belgian strong golden ale, I would go. Or not aggressively hopped, American hopped. Not even American hopped. What am I looking for here? I'm lacking the descriptors I want to put. American born Belgian style golden ale. I'd probably be a little bit more kind of, okay, this is kind of spot on. Does that matter though? It does. In a sense that when people buy it, I think they expect something. But with these kind of stickered kind of cans and stuff like that, people just care about India Pale Ale. So maybe that's why they're doing it. Maybe that's what they aimed for and they missed the mark. Maybe that's what they believe it is. I don't know. But for me, it's not a Belgian style India Pale Ale. But that doesn't necessarily make it a bad beer. It just makes it badly described beer. Or badly monikered beer. But it doesn't make it a bad beer. I actually think it's pretty fucking tasty. So yeah. Yeast leads the day. Soft hops. Bitterings. Aggressive. Soft and aggressive at the same time. It's softly presented. The aggressive part of the hop is that kind of bittering herbal spiciness. The body comes out Belgian strong golden, which is kind of cool. It's just weird kind of beer. Not what he expected, let's put it that way. And that's kind of like words and things when you read stuff on beers and read the can and kind of expect a lot of different things. To get a beer like this is not only confusing but fun at the same time. So I dig it, actually. Let's talk about it. Is it one of the better Belgian-style India Pale Ales I've had in a while? No. Is it one of the more interesting American-born, Belgian-influenced beers that I've had in a while? Actually, yeah. It's pretty fun. I dig it. Like I said, it's more kind of a weird kind of American take on a Belgian Strong Golden. And that kind of just does it for me. Value and availability, don't know. Maybe Jordan or somebody else there out in the Chicagoland can write and kind of clue us in on what's what and leave you with, if you like what way you like this. If you like Belgians, if you like Belgian Pales, if you like Belgian Goldens, Belgian Strong Goldens, this will definitely be right up your alley. So if you're into that kind of realm of beer, like I said, that kind of Horny Devil from AleSmith, or like I said, the Lucifer from Henniker, stuff like that, this would definitely be right up your alley, because that's the vibes I'm getting from this sucker. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, didn't, anywhere in between, down there, words and stuff and things. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, all four of those. places, in other places. Just type it in. Find me. Say hi. I'll respond eventually. It might take me a while. But anyway, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice Belgian influence beer right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.